They are two iconic mutant leaders of two iconic mutant teams, but only one is truly the best. Leonardo, leader of the Ninja Turtles, and Cyclops, leader of the X-Men. I'm one fish mob, and it's my job to see who would win in a fight. Now, Leonardo has been on Fan War before, specifically in the episode where he fought the Red Ranger. So I will not go into great detail about his backstory or history. Leonardo is one of 4 mutant turtles who fight crime in New York City. But he and his brother's ultimate goal is to protect New York from the evil Foot Clan led by the nefarious Shredder. But Leo needs some abilities in order to battle foes like Shredder. Since turtles in real life can pull 5 times their own body weight, Leo's max strength limit is over 1,000 pounds. Leo is also fast enough to dodge attacks, his shell is tough enough to survive rapid gunfire, and is skilled in using his environment and stealth. But as a ninja, he has plenty of weapons and gear he brings into combat. He carries Shurikens, smoke bombs, and a grappling hook, but his preferred weapon is his ninjaken swords. Commonly mistaken for katana, these 2-foot-long blades are designed for swift, deadly offensive strikes. But Leo has other skills as well. Leo is a master of ninjutsu, bushido, and swordsmanship, an expert strategist, strong both physically and mentally, and has a serious devotion to his training and family. Having been around for a long time, Leonardo has proven to be one tough turtle. He trained in ninjutsu his entire life, has trained under 2 masters, and has defeated the Shredder. But Leo isn't perfect. Leo isn't the strongest and smartest of his brothers. He's relied on his brothers in combat several times before, and finds it difficult to accept failure. If this happens, his concentration can slip away from him and can leave him sloppy and imprecise. But in the end, Leonardo is the leader of the Ninja Turtles for a reason. Scott Summers was the oldest son of Major Christopher Summers, a test pilot in the U.S. Air Force, and his wife Catherine Ann. He lived a good life with his family and his younger brother Alex, until one day. Scott and Alex were flying home from a family vacation when a scout ship from the Shi'ar Empire suddenly materialized and set the plane ablaze. Catherine pushed Scott and Alex out of the plane door with the only available parachute. They survived, but Scott suffered a head injury that damaged the part of his brain that would have enabled him to control his mutant powers. The 2 boys were hospitalized and both suffered traumatic amnesia regarding the incident. And then a whole crudload of things happened. Alex was adopted, separating the 2. Mr. Sinister experimented on him for a time, nearly killed some bystanders, nearly killed by said bystanders, and was physically abused by Jack O'Diamonds for refusing his orders. Eventually, Scott was rescued from Winter's clutches and was enlisted by Professor Xavier as the first member of the X-Men, making him the default leader. As an X-Man, he has several abilities. He is an expert pilot of fixed-winged aircraft, and it's been implied that his trigonometric sense improves his abilities in the air. He has also developed exceptional leadership skills, with the X-Men tending to obey his orders in battle, because they know that he is usually right. Cyclops also has extensive training in martial arts and unarmed combat. He holds black belts in Judo and Aikido, and can defeat 6 normal men with his eyes closed. And after years of being in intimate situations with telepaths, Cyclops was able to hone his mind to the point where he can resist telepathic intrusion and withhold certain information from high-level telepaths. He also has the strength of a normal man who engages in intensive regular exercise and is able to press lift at least his own body weight. But Cyclops isn't just restricted to those abilities. Cyclops possesses an uncanny sense of trigonometry and observes objects around himself and the angles found between surfaces. Cyclops is also resistant to the effects of his own and his brother's powers, due to them being related. But his most powerful and most iconic ability is his mutant power, the Optic Blast. Cyclops possesses the mutant ability to project a powerful beam of concussive, ruby-colored force from his eyes. The maximum angular measurement is equivalent to a wide-angle 35mm camera lens's field of view, with the minimum angular measurement being equivalent to the angle that's the thickness of a pencil, with his most powerful eye blast being 4 feet across, which, at a distance of 50 feet, has a force of 500 pounds per square inch. These blasts are more than enough to tip over a filled 5,000-gallon tank at a distance of 20 feet, puncture a 1-inch carbon steel plate at a distance of 2 feet, or punch a hole through a mountain. As well, Cyclops can ricochet and or reflect his optic blasts off of objects in a trajectory to his liking. But he is not just all power. He wears his visor. This headpiece prevents random discharges, and the power of the optic blast is controlled by his visor's adjustable slit. And Cyclops can change the size of the optic blast from the diameter of a pencil to about 90 feet across. Cyclops' X-Men suit was also designed for body protection, with it mainly being composed of Kevlar, fire retardant, and other defensive properties. And it also offers a certain level of resistance to electric shock, force impacts, and other basic types of attacks. Cyclops is definitely one of Marvel's strongest X-Men. His optic blast can cut through adamantium and peel off the Hulk's skin. He's held his own against Wolverine, Ghost Rider, and Captain America, and became the all-powerful Phoenix for a time. However, every being has its weaknesses. Cyclops is not immune to other forms of lasers. Due to psychological and physical trauma at a young age, Cyclops is unable to control his optic blasts, and Cyclops once required time between his optic blasts to recharge. His optic blasts erupted powerfully at 1 minute, then falling completely dead the next, physically exhausting him in the process. However, Cyclops doesn't really need to do much in order to achieve much. If he wants you dead, all he has to do is look at you.
Fight!
So why did Leonardo win? Well, Cyclops' Optic Blast can easily force Leo out of hiding. He is experienced enough to go toe-to-toe with Leo. He has fought far more dangerous opponents. His Optic Blast could easily kill Leonardo, and his suit did give him protection from Leo's swords and shurikens. But Leonardo, in the end, was ultimately stronger, was more than durable enough to take Cyclops' physical hits. His basic equipment can incapacitate or at least confuse Cyclops long enough to get in some decent damage, and Leo can use his stealth and the environment against Cyclops, which would make it a lot harder for one of Cyclops' Optic Blasts to hit Leo, since his Optic Blast would need to recharge at some point. And once Cyclops' Optic Blasts need to recharge, this was more than enough time for Leo to get in the finishing blow. Looks like Cyclops' Death Stare just couldn't stand up to Leo's turtle power. The winner is Leonardo.